Hello everyone, welcome to the video, and today we're going to be talking about, without a doubt, the best build in Elden Ring. So I've seen a lot of best build videos, and pretty much all of them are centered around these scavengers curve swords. However, I don't believe that they are the best in the game, and I'm going to show you exactly why in some of these clips. As you can see, I do an insane amount of damage, and I'm one-shotting people without even doing jump attacks. So I haven't seen anybody use these weapons yet, but I'm assuming after I post this video, a lot of people are going to steal this build, and that's fine. If you guys could just do me a huge favor and drop a like on the video and a sub to the channel, just to support me a little bit. I make tons of guide videos. It would help me out so much, and I would really appreciate it. So with that being said, another thing I wanted to mention was that if you guys need any help getting any of the items for the build, weapons, gear, or any consumables, you can go to aoa.com and use code SERAPH for 3% off. I'll put the link in the description, so go ahead and check that out. So now we're going to take a look at the gear of the build. So for this build specifically, we are using 2 occult flamberges, and on these flamberges we have the seppuku Ash of War. The reason why we're using this with the occult variation is because it actually scales better and gives you more blood loss whenever you do occult, have a high arcane stat, and use the seppuku. And then obviously we have the dragon communion seal. For the fashion of the build, we have the white mask for obvious reasons, the raptors, black feathers, knight's cavalry gauntlets, and bull goat greaves. For the talismans of the build, we have the rotten winged sword insignia, the ritual sword talisman, the claw talisman, and the Lord of Blood's exaltation. For the flask of wondrous physic, we have the opaline bubble tear and the thorny crack tear. For the stats of the build, we are level 161. This is just because I didn't want to respec, so I actually put 11 more points in, but you can easily make this build work with being level 150. So we have 50 vigor, 15 mind, 35 endurance, 17 strength, 18 dexterity, 10 intelligence, 15 faith, and 80 arcane. You can subtract a little bit from the dexterity. That is entirely too high. Pretty much all you need is to just get the requirements of the weapon and then put the rest in arcane, and you'll be able to do insane damage. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about why this build works and why I'm pretty positive that it's the best and better than the scavengers curve swords. So as you guys can see in the video and in some of these clips, I'm one-shotting people without even doing jump attacks in PvP. I'm hitting Melania for like 5,000 and the Giants for like 6,000. You're able to do an insane amount of damage, and you get a blood loss proc every single time. When you do a jump attack with these 2 swords, the damage is absolutely insane. And mixed with the blood proc that you're getting and all the buffs from the black feathers, which gives you an increased jump attack damage, as well as a Lord of Blood's exaltation, you're getting so much extra damage added onto the build. So I'm pretty much just going to let the damage of the build speak for itself. I mean, you guys can see these clips, and you guys can see me absolutely destroying some of the hardest bosses in the game with the highest health bars. And this is a new game plus, because obviously I have 2 flamberges, which if you guys have missed one, like I said, you can go to the sponsor's website and grab one, or you can just trade for one. It doesn't really matter, but you're definitely going to need 2 of them, because these are the best strength weapons in terms of blood loss, and just the best blood strength weapons in the game. Like I said, they cause blood loss pretty much instantly at 80 arcane, and that's why this is definitely the best build in the game, and it also offers some decent sustainability. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about why this build works and what you should be doing before a fight. So obviously we have 15 faith, and we have that for a reason. The reason is we like to use Flame Grant Me Strength. This gives you a nice 15, or I think it's 15 or 20% bonus. I know one's for PvP and one's for PvE, but regardless, it gives you a nice bonus to physical attack damage and fire damage. Obviously, we're not going to be using fire damage, but the physical attack damage is very nice. As well as you can get a couple other incantations like Rotten Breath, which can help out in boss fights as well, just because you can get that passive damage off, and it gives you a little bit more range to the build. You can throw in any incantations you want in there as well, just to kind of fill up spots. I know a couple of them, like Swarm of Flies, are pretty useful as well. But for the most part, this build is pretty straightforward, and overall, really all you're going to need to do is drink your Flask of Wondrous Physic, throw in the Flame Grant Me Strength, buff up both your weapons with the seppuku, and you will be able to pretty much dumpster any boss in the game. Like I said before, and as you guys can see, it does insane damage, and it's very straightforward and easy to use. So that's pretty much it for the commentary section of the video. I'm just going to play out a couple of the clips I have to just show you guys how strong the actual build is. But that's pretty much it for me today, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.